Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys all doing well. Back for another video for you today. This is a little different type of video, being that I haven't got the tripod with me for now. I'm going to be putting the phone somewhere else for this video. Not entirely sure where I'm going to put it. I might put it down here next to the station. That way you can see the trains coming through the station this time. But yeah, so new trains on the way. You might see them on Saturday evening, depending if they arrive or not before then. But yeah, they should be here by the weekend. But it does give me an opportunity to try to get some other bits done before they arrive. So today's plan is, well, just a chill out day running trains and building the Motorway series. So this is going to be a good hour of filming. So from now until about, I'm not totally sure how long. I haven't really given it a particular time I'm going to be doing it to. So it's 6:20 now, and I'm going to be doing it till about 7:20, I think, for this evening. And then after that, then I'll just get it all up. So if you want to see some particular trains and you want to see some the new sets, the new HST sets coming in, you will definitely see them by next week. You should see them by Saturday evening, hopefully, depending on if they arrive on time. You won't see any videos on Saturday morning because I do tend to train group from time to time, so I've got that coming up on Saturday morning. We'll see something on Saturday evening. I'm hoping that my new trains will turn up by Thursday at the latest, because I can take them in with my 66 and show them my new trains. But at the moment, and I've got to take in part of that 00 set, so I've got to take in part of it, and you know, it's definitely a bit of fun, and it's pretty good going to have a bit of fun like that. But I think the highlight of my year so far has been seeing the Intercity HST sets and the cross country sets. That have been the good years. But we're going to start off with, I'm not entirely sure what diesel or locomotive we're going to start off with. Maybe we'll start off with the steam today. I'm not sure. Excuse me. If you hear a croaky voice in my throat, then it's because I recently just finished my dinner. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, I've been eating too much pasta at the moment. I've been living on that sort of thing at the moment, which is not ideal. But you know, it's what it is sometimes. So how many trains are going to see today? I don't know. I can be honest, and I don't know how many trains you're going to see today in today's video. You're definitely going to see the 58 in today's video. Definitely going to see the HST running around. Definitely you're going to see some steam locomotives, and you'll see the 66, and you might see the 87. So you've got a variety of selection for the videos today of different trains going through on my dream layout, which is going to be good. But obviously we're going to be main focused on these sets mostly. After my new sets come, then once those 2 new HST sets come through, we're going to be focused on more on that than these lots. But that one over there is going to be on my Dreamlayout anyway, because it's going to be pulling cargo a lot. So for the rest of them, all going to be HSTs, all these Sidens. So steam locomotives might be just the summer thing that I run on the layout, but during most of the year round, you're going to be seeing a lot of these moving. So I do a steam thing if you ask me to, and I'll do some steam running sessions for you, but I'm not going to do it otherwise. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great evening as well, because it's currently quite late. It's 6:30. I used to do this stuff in the morning a lot of the time now, but I haven't today because I took the opportunity to go for a walk today instead. So I did this later in the day. Hopefully on the new trains will turn up today, but not today. But yeah, they will be here soon enough. It's just the system for delivering new sets or new parcels in general can be a little bit slow, because the system is kind of screwed over by, well, things not being run as efficiently as they should be. Any of you guys who have got plans to get new trains this year for either after Christmas or during the new year? I will share my new sets once they arrive, but I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do a double unboxing of the 2 HST sets. I'm not sure. I might do one at a time for each day. I might just do HD on one day and do the other one on the next day. I'm not sure. Or just make one big long video of it. I'm not actually sure. I'm not too sure what it's going to be, what my plan is with that one yet. But we'll have to wait and see when they turn up, and when I do them will be a different thing altogether. What's my plan for this Friday? My plan for this Friday, I'm going to see the trains on the main line, definitely. And hey, I might even do a live stream on Thursday. If they turn up, and then great, I might do a live stream on Thursday. And then I might just do a good long video on that on Thursday if both of them turn up on the same day. And we can me to share it with you guys. You can see the experience of different delivered HST sets, and I can just basically show you what you get inside the packaging. I'm not showing you how to unbox, show you how to open a box, alright? So I know IC2's had that problem before with people telling them we all know how to open boxes. I mean, we've done most of our life know how to open boxes. But yeah, I'm not showing you how to open a box. I'm showing you what you get inside the box, which is called an unboxing review, which is quite common in the model railway industry. A lot of people do it, and a YouTuber talks about the topic of how to cover areas, which means that railways in general, model railways, is the important thing, because without new people getting into the hobby, the model railway would, well, gradually go out of interest. And I think that goes the same to a lot of things. I will show you some of the other things that I do have on the side, but which is not related to trains. I do have other things I'm interested in, which when I'm not filming trains. But I'm going to go into that little later on, because I'm not going to go into it right now, because I want to kind of show you the layout. It is improving since I last did a video on this. So now we've got a bundle of trains in the sidings, but don't worry about this selection here, which is steam, AC, electric, and loads more steam, because the other steam one's here and here. That is a King class locomotive, which I got several years ago, but as you can see, she's in a terrible state. She was battered during one of my videos in 2016. I can't remember what actually happened to, excuse me. I can't remember what totally happened to this one, but I remember she was running around one day and something got caught in a wheel somewhere, and it went up into a linking rod, and it broke off the connection for the, basically for the linkage here. It's supposed to have been sitting here, and that's broken off. So what am I supposed to do? I mean, it's a bit like this one, as you can see down here on the corner. All this broke off. I basically took the extra linkage rods off. I glued this back into place because originally all this snapped off. It was crumpled and it was partially broken from the top. So I took all this off and I basically let this as is, because let's face it, it still runs rather nicely. It's because that piece there broke off, and the metal piece that goes around above this one actually came really brittle. It started to break away, so I just took it off by the screw, and I took it off and I put that screw back on. It did need a little bit of persuasion, but I did put it back on. And during that time, when I got this back up and running during last year, and on the other side of what I was going to show you is, look, there's the other linking rod just there. So why is that one still in contact? And for this one, it's just falling apart. I don't get it. But yeah, this is the Battle of Britain, rebuilt Battle of Britain class. It's S21C159. Now this is the one with the advanced casing mould on the Battle of Britain. I don't know if it's the rebuild or it's the actual one with the body being added to it later on. Now this one I bought, I can't remember when I bought this model, but it was a while ago. And at the time when I got her, she was pretty smart and very, well, I don't know if she was one of the iconic steam locomotives for its time, before A4 came along and the famous Flying Scotsman set. I don't know if this one was popular, but I knew one of these sets got in an accident a long time ago, because where the chimney is means it will be blown into the driver's face right from that window, and they can't see beyond this point here, because where the steam's coming out, be blown straight past them. And so if the signal was up here, they weren't able to see the signals, so a collision can happen because they can't see past this steam passing the window. And because of that, they have to rebuild it with the rebuild of the body. So they'll have to take this casing mold off, and they will have to put a different body on it to make it more safe for travelling. Which is fair enough, because where the chimney is, it shouldn't be blowing across there, which is utterly mad. But yeah, this was the rebuild version. The other version, unrebuilt one, was the one without the casing moulding. It wouldn't have smoke deflectors like this does. It would have had something else on it. I can't remember what it was called, but it had a different type of face on it. But yeah, pretty crazy how things changed. Over there we got all these sets lined up. All these diesels are sitting in there at the moment because I want to have a particular sign for those sets anyway, but I want to have 95% of these signs going to be HST's sidings alone only, except for one would be for that set over there, which is far corner, the Class 66. She goes sitting over there. as you can see, we've got a 58 over there, and we've got 57, 47, I can't remember what that one was. I think it's class 06, and then we've got a 25 and 33 at the back. But yeah, that's finally a recent addition. Back in May I've got that, but yeah, she's going to be hauling all the cargo sets in the next few weeks. She should be out and running. But you can see the light level is a little bit weird because I'm using an artificial lighting now because it's rather dark outside, being it's winter. That's one downside about winter, of course. It gets dark way too early and can't do anything about it, I'm afraid. It's one of those things. But yeah, so there's a lot of different perspective for railways, and yes, I am going to the train group this coming weekend for people who are going to be joining it. I will be there, but hopefully I will be enjoying it with my new HST sets, hopefully. I'm not sure if that will happen or not, we'll have to see. So, yes, I wanted to cover some How to Build Your Monorail series tonight as well. So I want to do a 15-minute session of how to do it. I'm not going to fiddle with this outer line for tonight because I'm not going to go through doing that. I'm going to show you on the inside one what you can do, but on the outside one I'm leaving it as it is because I want to run some trains along it, so I might as well just leave that one alone for tonight, because otherwise we'll just have an issue the whole night, because well, the whole of the time I'm doing videos. So I really don't want to do that because it will take up my time. I can spend more time making videos for you lot. And I do enjoy making my content, but I like to free up my time other times when I've got things in mind and things in plan. So it's just a complicated, tricky thing. I can't always, you know, have the free time to do videos all the time, every day. But I do enjoy it. That's why I do it often as I do. But yeah, it won't stay that way forever, I don't think. But I'm gonna probably step back probably after Christmas and just take my time over it, really, because I've got way too much to do with with other things I want to do. So if anyone wants to watch my content for next year, I probably would say don't expect any content off of me for next year until probably February, if I'm honest. But I'm not sure entirely yet on that, but it definitely will be sometime in February. During specials run again, definitely through April, May, and June, July, August, and parts of September maybe. But after that point again, I guess I won't bother after this certain point because there's no point really. So the HST is on, which has got her GNR HST power car, 2 coaches of the GNR set, and then we've got the First Great Western HST training car. I will put the GNR training car back on soon. I'm still waiting to find the right person to help me with the set, with just to get that wire back soldered back into place on the back training wheel, and that's all it needs. Windows, I know they're popped out, but hey, it doesn't matter too much as long as the lights work on it and the cab light. That's all in what matters to me at the moment, is getting those working. Once we got those working, then I can get some windows put in it again. I also apologise if you hear noise outside, because we're in a neighbourhood, and it is a school day, so a lot of people will be chilling out before they go to bed, I guess. Yeah, I don't think this video will only be just after 7 o'clock, so it'll be about 20 past 7 I'll finish this video tonight. So it's not too long away, but hey, we're getting through it, and I'm going to get you through, showing you how to build a railway. For people who are new, they have no clue how to build a railway. There is a simple way I can show you how to build one, which I can do online too for you tonight, but I only cover so much of it for tonight because time is limited, and being the time it is now, it's heading towards 8 o'clock now, well, heading towards 7 o'clock. I don't want to be doing this video too long because I'll start disturbing people if I leave it too late. But if you want to follow me on my YouTube channel, my Model Railway and Real Trade channel, I'm going to be coming in more into how to build your Model Railway series part 2. It'll be a longer video. It will cover everything in part 2. And I'm doing this partly because I want to show you how my little Dreamlight's going to come to life, basically. It's going to come to life, and I'm going to be showing you how from start to the very close to being finished. And obviously I'm going to be showing how the street light's going to light up, how all the signals are going to work between these point motors and the signalling system with the 7-4 signals, and of course all the tunnels and rivers and brooks and things like that. It's all that's going to be put into my dream layout, and it's going to be called the HST Heritage Line. That's what it's going to be called. A lot of people say, well, brilliant, and other people might think, well, give a HST Heritage Line. Interesting idea, but you could put a little bit more content in the way putting something together. Yes, I could. But it's having the time and the space and having the money spare, and yeah, it's a lot of things which I don't always have for, especially at the moment because it's getting close to Christmas. I don't have that much time. I don't always have that much money around this time of year because Christmas is close, and I've got to think about getting presents for my mum and sister and sister's partner. It's because, yeah, it's quite a lot, and there's of course birthdays in January and March, so I got to think about those too. So it gives me only summer and autumn really to do most of my railway stuff. So it's what it is, but I do enjoy it, and I will continue to enjoy it for the rest of my life, but I need a bit more time tonight, so I will have a bit more time to be able to get more in on the video. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of different things. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more videos coming up. I'm not totally sure I'm going to go on Friday as yet, this coming Friday. I'm not totally sure if I'm going to go somewhere different again, or it's going to be somewhere I have been, but I haven't been for a while. So I don't know. And yes, I've heard recently Alex HD's content is going to be limited because obviously there's not many HSTs running anymore, and because he's just not that keen on going constantly Javelins and Voyagers, which I can kind of understand because I do like the Voyagers, but I do not like the Javelins. They just they mind me too much like a sausage. I'm being honest, but yeah, I don't like them that much. I find them a little bit too sausage-like. at least the HSTs had, well, they had fashion to them, and they had the iconic look to them, and they are one of the iconic diesel sets, well, diesel hybrid sets. I think they were, are they the ones first hybrid sets were out? Some of you guys will have to let me know, because I only know so much about the HSTs, I really do. And being there most they're most of my most passionate train of all time. They are just, they're the most passionate train. I would take most of my dream out when they start to being built up with scenery and, you know, properly built it up. This train is going to be running everywhere I'm out, from different liveried ones. They're going to be everywhere, which I am looking forward to. But I will want to have occasional moment where I want to run the heritage season trains like the Steamers and the AC Electrics. But mostly all of this is going to be HST area only. But with the one section of the DB Cargo Car 66 putting the freight, but the rest will be HSTs. So yeah, I got all that sorted out, and all the old diesels I had before going to be used for cargo only, and maybe the odd special train. So the steam will only be during only the summer season basically, and maybe late spring. But the rest of the year they're not going to be running most of the time. So putting that to one side now, I'm wanting to show you how to build your Model Race series. And a lot of people do kind of scratch their head about this, but I'm going to show you anyway, because I've got a bit of time tonight. I'm going to put this to one side so you don't get blinded by it. So, yes, I'm going to move the HST out of the way for you, so you can go through. Why is she not moving? Let me lean over the phone for a moment and see. Oh, I see. It's because the dat's in the way. The track, which is spare, is right in the way of the other lot. Hopefully I've just moved it enough to get her moving and get her going around the track. There we go. Missing a train car. She definitely is. And the connections come away from the top there and it's loose down here. So I'm going to switch this off at the moment. We'll run them in a bit. So as you can see down here, which 4K is not really ideal for this time of night, but we're just digging with it anyway. But I'm going to just to move the light out of the way so we can kind of get a better angle of showing you what I'm going to show you for this evening. So yeah, I'm basically going to show you how to start building your Model O series. I'm going to start showing you by taking track 2 apart for the moment. Now it will go back into place after the video is done anyway, but now, if you want to have a particular design of a setup, the best thing you should do, and this is just my opinion on this, but I'm just trying to get comfortable when I'm doing this for you guys who want to build a dream layout from scratch. The best thing, in my opinion, I would recommend from what I have learned through building railways through many years, what I recommend to do is to do something like this. I just pop this track out of the way. Let me just show you. You lean it against the Pendolino, or known the Class 390 set, or not. I'll put you down here then next to the 58. I'm going to just put that rubbish out of the way. I'll show you how the points work as well for today. So as you can see, don't mind the tickets and underneath, that's how much I travel on the trains. Now, yes, so what you can see is basically what a point works as your signals. This little switchblade here, which is basically called, the name's gone off my head, I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's called the switchblades. But they're basically designed for, so these little pieces here, I'm going to try to zoom in. Basically, if you push those little plastic levers to one side or the other, they basically switch the points. So this piece here wiggles that bit alone, this section here, that wiggles, the rest doesn't. It's because this bit here basically joins onto this piece of track here, and it goes round onto that side in there. If you want to keep it to go straight, just close them and it will continue going straight through. But if you want it to go in and then in again, you just have to switch them. Again, same on the other side. You can switch them both directions to go the right direction for the points they want to go over. Then you can switch them again to close them to go back out again. It's very straightforward, but I know not everyone gets it first time, but that's how I learned. And being I've been into training since I was a young lad, I learned quite a lot of things with railways. Even mainline stuff now, I see how everything works. A corner point is very much the same sort of works in the same sort of way, but it does also have the side effects. So being a corner point, you do have to time it right with the corner ones, because they're coming off a corner, and if they come off this one, which is sticking out a little bit further than that one, it means it's going to come around this corner, coming off from a siding or a depot, like this big one, which is in multiple sidings, how it's set up. That's how, you know, a depot like Plymouth, you know, the lower depot, this is how it's set up there. And they have all the drains down this big section of track where they get maintained, they get worked on, and they basically send them out during the day to do their service, and they come back later in the day and they sit there overnight again. So that's basically what they work with. And as far as how the system works, and they have a big shed at one end of the yard, which I will put in. I do have my shed, it's just underneath that box there. Obviously you can't see it because it's really dark, but it is there. I'll just quickly show you. There we go. You can see the windows of it. It's just there. I will bring it out for you tomorrow and show you it properly. I have got a bundle of other buildings and scenery and sheds and all sorts of things, which they are in this black box in front of me. They're all in that box there. What's in this box is, well, some fences for the layout, and there'll probably be some 7/4 signal boxes in there as well. I'm not 100% sure what I put in there entirely because it was a while ago. But yeah, so if you want to have a train working from this end coming out, then you just need to switch a point from this end and have maybe some sort of wiring system from this point down here for the station, and it comes round on that signal, and it goes round to pick up electricity through probably at least 3 points. But if you start putting multiple more power through one controller through all of this, especially on something's basic, it will just burn out to the controller. My controllers are the Gauge Master Combi controllers, the little ones, goes down there. That is made by Gauge Master, and they're really good controllers, but they're very basic level, entry level controls by them. They're not the high expected ones like Sam Trains do use for his layout, because he has multiple sidings, but he has a big attic layout which runs on carpet, which I don't recommend. Run it on a board if you can, or a track mat for the time being, at least until you know you feel ready and upgrading your track. My board is my dream layout board, so this is why it's here. Obviously, a lot of people would know that if they've been watching my channel for a long time. If people are new to it, then welcome. Enjoying. Get a cup of tea and enjoy watching this. Obviously, I'm going to have a chat with you a little later on in this video, when the 40 minutes here. When it reaches about 40 minutes, I'm going to have a chat with you about how do you want it to be built. I'm going to draw some plans out for tomorrow's video, and I'll show you how 90 is going to turn out for this my dream layout, and I'm going to build it on camera for you tomorrow. This is basically all what you can see of it right now. Don't mind the train gets on top of the roof of the station at the moment, but I'm going to be working on that one. The motor does work in it, but I need to basically work on the body. I need to work on the connector on down there, and just basically trying to get it working as much as I can, get her screw in both ends and get her moving again. That's pretty much all I need to do to her, and she might need a replacement body, because this body, well, let's put it this way, it's not the best, safest body I ever owned, let's put it that way. And because this body is actually one of my most expensive steam locomotives I own at the time, look at her, she's falling apart, she's literally falling apart. I mean, this is when Hornby actually made this with good intentions, but they didn't think about how it's going to fall apart if something occurs, like in a situation. If they're not stored properly, they could end up having collapsed linking rods, or chimneys could just fall apart, or the body just come loose. But this is one of my older steam locomotives, which is why she's in that state. But yeah, and back then I wasn't great to look after my mods back then, but now I'm far better at looking after them. I think in that first year I actually started YouTube, which is shocking. Really is shocking how long I've been doing YouTube for, really. It really is. So, my best option, I'm going to show you how to do this. I need my tripod, which means I'm going to have to get off the train board, and I'll go and grab it, and then we can start showing you how to build your modularity, basically. So, I'll be back in a minute, well, less than that. I'll go and grab it. I can't close my curtains because it will affect running the trains in the moment, so I'll keep it open until I'm done running the trains. I've got to be careful where I stand, because I don't stand on any of these trains either. Otherwise, everything will be broken, which is not ideal at all. Especially with the sets that are coming, because they're expensive ones. There we go. And also on here, I'm going to just grab my bottle of water so I don't get thirsty. It's not as good as a cup of tea, definitely not, but at least it is something for the time being. So let me just set this up. I didn't think I was going to need it today, but Oh, excuse me. But I am going to be giving some multiple options and trying to get myself motivated again. Excuse me. Got a problem with my phone. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to be putting the tripod around about here if I can. I don't want to knock the trains off, but at the same time, I've got to put it somewhere. Yeah, I'm not always well planned out, that's for sure. I think a lot of the time when us YouTubers don't always think as far ahead as organising the railway properly, but the videos properly really. I know I'm guilty of things like that when I'm making content. I'm quite prone to forgetting things I need to do to make the railway better. But anyway, let's get you up onto the tripod now. You just grab the phone. I'll be extremely careful because I don't want to. Oh yeah, it's 40 minutes already. Let's do the chat first, shall we? Or shall we just carry on? I'm not sure. What should we do? Eeny meeny. Okay. I think my best option right now is, if we got time at the end of this video, I'm gonna just have a chat with you, basically what's you expecting to come out. So right now I'm just gonna get through to show you how to build your model railway, and once I'm done that, then we'll see if we've got time to have that. Now, so I want to cover some areas which I haven't covered before, but we'll have to see on the time. So I'm going to put tripod over this corner and just grab my bottle of water, and I'll put this onto the tripod, and I'm going to set it sideways a little bit. Don't worry about the mess on the floor or on the tunnel even. People being out. Imagine people being out at 7 PM. Just grab that water. I'm going to need it for this time. I'm going to probably take you off the tripod actually doing this, otherwise I'm going to make a really lopsided video. Let me just put it down here. Yeah, put that to one side and I'll move all that out of the way. That'll be fine. So I'm going to bring the HST out of the way for now because she's going to be partially in the way for while I'm doing this. So I'm going to bring it into towards the coast of the tunnel, if I can. I apologise if I keep knocking the tripod, but just going to try to get it moving. She should be able to move quite easily because I don't think I knocked a connection. Don't think I have anyway. But that part of the railway does have a habit of getting stuck in that corner. I don't even know why. So I'm going to just lean over and see if I can get her moving. She's not going to be easy, I don't think. Get her moving, but hopefully we should get her moving. Grab her at this point. Now, I know a lot of people probably think, well, your finger's in the way. Why can't you move something out of the way to make her active? Well, I don't know if it's the controller that's having the problem or it's the track at this point. So I want to just bring her down here, but I want to move her by electricity Oh, I know why. I haven't got a connection for her. Is she gonna move? I didn't see no life in her. Come on. Well, let's just say I'll be heartbroken if she end up not working anymore. She's one of my pride possession of models, and if she starts playing up, I'll start to worry. Because that's going to let my time. So hopefully we can get her disconnected. Yeah, that station's definitely not going to sit there. Right, okay. We need to focus on the railway itself. So, yeah. I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to get this squeezed in, but we're going to try, because we've got until about, I don't know, half an hour, if that. So 7:30 we'll finish. But, yeah. So, basically, I'm going to show you how everything works. I'm not totally sure how this is all going to work because of where my tripod is, and because I'm used to doing it with my camcorder a lot during earlier this year, because I didn't have a new phone at that point. But recently I did get myself a new phone and a smartwatch, so that way we can able to do a bit more things with the video. But yeah, so you're looking at the box that goes on to the 58, which needs to be glued back on, and we need to find a buffer as well, which I don't understand. Why does the 58 buffers always fall off? Never understand that. So yeah, we need to find them. So I'm gonna try to turn this around so you guys can see the railway a little bit easier. Is it in the shot? Not really. It's kind of out of the shot, isn't it? Can I zoom out? Maybe we can see more. I'm just going to lean at one side for you. So hopefully you can see my hand. Hello. But yeah, I'm going to show you how this thing works. So basically I'm just taking them apart, basically line 2 at the moment. But I want to show you how the track works, basically, for this video. I can't show you the whole process today because I need the proper daylight to show you properly. For tonight, I'm just going to show you what I basically can show you with this light. And with the help of this little torching, I can show you how the things work. Basically, you get a piece of track. You get a corner of some kind, doesn't matter which type of radius it is, because at stage 1, basically, at stage 1 you can start to build your railway. Is to put your build your railway, just to make sure it's to your perspective of what you want to build on it. Put your track mat down, start building the track, putting some points in, and have a bit of fun. That's the first step. The first step is to build your track after you get your first train set, and then you start to work your way onto your dream layout. And then after you start doing that, it becomes a bit more complicated, but you're still with it. If you're still with me, let me know. I'm still going to show you what else we need to do if you want to have multiple sidings onto your own dream layout. Again, this is just my point of perspective. If you want to have a point to be tighter if you want, but I tend to mix my points around because that way you have some express points, you have some tight radius points. That way, you know, because in real life, on real railways, you still have these tight radius points on the real things. If you look at Lara Depot, when you go past it on the station or on the train, you can see some of these points are really tight, and they will go in far as back, right at the back of, almost always back of my bed. It's that long, and yes, you can see that if you go behind Lara Depot and you walk back behind the estate over there, you can see it, how everything's set up on that end. But from the front of Lara Depot, you can see how much the points are between the bridge and actually in Lara itself. You can see how much some of those radius are really tight points, and there'll be more than 10 miles of track from the sidings all the way back to the right at the ends of the line, which is crazy. But that's a layout which is suited for the main line for this moment in time, but doesn't mean they will update it and replace bits of it and probably make them a little bit more gentle for the newer trains, but I don't know. But yeah, that is what Lara does in Devon, of course. But I'll show you Lara Depot at some point. I've got a picture of Lara Depot somewhere on my on one of my pictures somewhere. I'll have to bring it out at some point and show you. But yeah, so the next thing I can show you is how can I show you this next stage of the point? I think the next point I can show you is when you get into railways, because to bear in mind it's a bit of fun. You come to be passionate about it, and then you work your way towards going out and seeing the real trains and traveling on them, and you kind of get the experience from that as well. It's not all about the model railways, it's the real things too. Without the real things, you don't get near as much fun, trust me. With my other experiences on the real trains, you get far more experience from the mainline trains and the heritage lines that you go on, because they kind of give you the sort of vibe about the railways, don't it? It gives that sort of level, if you like something like trains or heritage lines with the old steam engines, but if you're more into the diesels, then they do run the diesels on the heritage lines, but they tend to be really old-fashioned. They're not the HSTs, but they are 47s, 37s, things like that on those lines. But yeah, so stage 1 is just to show you how to build your model area series, and I'm sadly to say I can't show you this that sort of level on this board, I'm afraid, because this board is for my dream layout and I can't really show you all that, really. If you want to see all that, you might have to go back on one of my older videos and watch one of those videos that I put up some time ago, how to build your model area series. I can do certain bits of it now, but I can't do certain bits of it in the way I did before, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm going to have to move this tripod, it's kind of in the way. I'm going to put the phone over here for the time being in HST sidings. Just lean it over there. I'm going to move the tripod out of the way because it is really much in the way at the moment. It's kind of been putting me off at the moment building this thing because the tripod is literally in the way. I know it sounds a bit weird, but yeah. It's the downside having a smaller board to build your dream layout on. It's more limited where you can build it and how much room you have available to make your layout to be as realistic as possible. It's really annoying that, the downside of having a smaller board is how limited you have for space. But on the upside of it, it does have some up points about it, which no one's keen on, but for me, it's a good thing. And I will promise you something which not everyone can, but I would certainly say if anyone's into model areas or looking into getting into model areas, the best thing to start with is to have a little train set. It doesn't come with a massive amount of things, but it comes with some track, a controller, your basic little locomotive. It can come with a siding or two. But yeah, it basically comes with the basically starter set of a railway. But at some point you want to spend your time of building your railway up and make more advanced changes on it. Since you can go through there, can't you? But yeah, I will run around properly towards the end of this video. I know you guys want to see it, alright? I do understand. But yeah, so yeah, I will guess my option is for me have a chat with you around about, I would say around about now actually, it's probably a good time. Being it's near now, I want to run some trains first, so I apologise if it's not been a great video for this evening, but my railway is coming along. As you can see, the sidings are coming along. I've got some new trains coming, as I said, but you will probably see them on Saturday for the most part. I'm not sure if they're going to arrive before the weekend, but you definitely see them around Saturday. Hopefully it will turn up before I got my train group going on. So I'm going to let some trains running now and get some close-up shots, and yeah, give them a bit of fun really now. The downside to have a HST power car the one downside for me having a track system like this is the what's the right word? It kind of gives you the slightly weird impression kind of thing. I don't know how I can really explain that properly, but basically it gives you the weird effects of like it's bouncing through areas. I don't know how that really makes sense, but yeah. I'm not sure how I can really explain it to you. I'm going to open up a little bit. Let's get her up to speed a bit. I mean, she's designed high speed, so I don't want to go crazy or something, but I'm going to open her up a bit. She's designed to do between 125 to 148 miles per hour, so she's designed to speed. Bring it through. If I was corner, I have no idea. I mean, I'm looking at it and thinking to myself, well, that's what's causing the connection issues, but what can I do about it? Well, I think if I got space and time up now, I'll change that track to a newer piece and see that makes better. Oops, well at least it's only that. So I'm going to have to stop her to change the track because I don't want to do riding. So just do that now. I think it's probably going to be because some of this track is so filthy, it's probably what's causing the problem. But we'll see if it is that the main issue, but we'll see. If anyone wants me to do a chat video, please let me know and I'll put it up on my other channel. But I don't tend to do lots of chat videos on this one anymore because it's not my main interest to talk about chat videos really. My main interest is to get a router set up now. My interest is talking about the camera. So yeah, she's running Master Smoothie again now, which is good. Let me just get her in the shot for you. Just come around the corner now. Yeah, she will look better when in daylight, but obviously at night she would have been typically you've been seeing her headlights coming around the corner. Oh, sorry guys, I keep catching the button. So yeah, so there she is, she's running. I will add this video onto the other video, but I'm basically going to have a chat with you in a minute because I didn't have a chat last time. So yeah, so it's running around rather nicely at the moment. Good. Are we going to get some Google Cargo running tonight? What's the time? We'll see what the time is and we'll see. 20 past 7. I need to do the track and do my... when do I do more? You know what? We'll do... I know you guys want to see it, but I do need to, very importantly, to tell you something which will affect how to build a monorail series. How to build your dream layout even. It can make a difference to how you build your railway. And I think it's an important step which anyone should take to become your dream fantasy world to come alive, basically. And a lot of people sort of kind of miss the idea of what railways is not just a bit of fun, but it also comes a dedication for some people. The hobbies will come a dedication for some people, and it goes the same for, well, quite a lot of things really. And I want to do it in a sort of weird fashion thing. I don't know if I can do it like this, but I don't know if that's going to work or not. But yeah, I've basically got lots to do. I want to do a live stream for you guys very soon. I can't really explain how much I really want to, how we talk about this, but I might have to do this on a live stream video. I might have to talk about it on a live stream tomorrow. But maybe my new trains will arrive tomorrow. We'll see. Hopefully they might turn up tomorrow, but never can tell, especially if they're going for a particular company. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it like this for tonight, I'm afraid. I don't have the space really tonight to talk about it. I'm not totally sure where I can put the tripod to talk about that because limited space is such a fun thing. Yeah, it's such a fun thing. Boy. Right, so I'm going to talk about this little topic which might interest you, but it might not. So, what I'm going to talk about, which shouldn't take any more about 10 minutes to talk about it really, is if you guys are looking into building your railway or looking into building any type of scale layout between 00 and T, O gauge, 009, anything, or when you're working with the real railways, it's one of the things, and crucial thing to be with the model railway, especially, is to think outside the box when you're building your dream layout. Is how do you want it? How do you want it to look? How do you want to put it together as a plan? Are you going to have multiple sidings for your trains? Are you going to have a few for certain trains that you want to have in your collection as your dream layout? Or do you want to have it on the main line with between modern stuff and stuff from the 1970s? If you're based your layout on a railway which is going to be from modern day onwards, from now to the future, then you want to be looking between Javelins and other modern trains with these special events included. But for me, it's building my dream layout as building for the HSTs. That's it. Nothing else is really included in this with the trains. It's going to be just be the HSTs. And as I said earlier to start from the video, it's going to be the one section is going to be the DB Cargo Class 66, putting the hoppers. And I'm not a big steam fan myself, but I do like the A4 and I do like the Flying Scotsman, but I do not like so much the I'm not a big steam fan in general. I like the Flying Scotsman, as I said. I do like the A4 Mallard, the real one, which is still in York, and I also do like the Tank and the Pannier. But the Tank and the Panniers are my two favourite steam locomotives as they go. But I'm more a big diesel fan than steam or electric sets. I'm more into the diesels. I don't know why. I always liked diesels when I was young. I don't know why. But yeah, I've always been a big fan of the diesels. Even that's trains, cars, lorries, motorcycles, whatever. I was just a big diesel fan when I was growing up. But these days, I like them specifically just on trains now. But because they are hybridized, and that's pretty good. But on cars, they haven't got that far with them. But John Wesley, who guy who made these sets, the HST sets, he was a guy who also found what was it called? Didn't he found religion? I think John Wesley was a guy who founded religion in a Methodist church, I think. So a guy who invented the HST was also a religious person too. By Flora Hurd, which she got to a grandmother's age and she passed away. But she was, I can't remember, she was in a film years ago before I was born. She was part of the team of John Wesley that made the HSTs, but at the same time, he who's invented the HST sets themselves, he was also a fan of religion in the Methodist Church. It's strange. But as I say, everyone's different. I mean, but it's a remarkable thing of thinking John Wesley, the guy who invented the HSTs back in the 1970s, 1980 sets, and thinking of these sets are still running to this day, even though they are limited, but they are still running to this day, and this is remarkable. Even the castle sets, these castles, well, the castle set, which has kind of been being out the way from the Pendolino in the house delivery. This set here is actually imported down from London 4 years ago, after they had the last big celebration they had in London of 40 years of service, and that was 4 or 5 years ago, and that was quite a while ago now. And this set, originally this would have been in East Coast, GNR livery, Grand Central, Virgin livery. Trying to think what other livers they've been in. So that was that called? I already said the East Coast, Virgin, Grand Central, Virgin. What's that other one called? There was another one that they used to run. There's Curtis Rail, which you still can see that one moving around. It goes from one end of the country to the other, but it still moves around from time to time. That set, so you can still see the Curtis Rail HST on the main line. But yeah, you still can see these sets, the GWR Castle sets, still run around, but they are limited. So if you do want to see one, worth going now, because I don't think they're going to run. I don't think they're going to run much longer, to be honest. I think because what the government's doing with these sets, because they have been looked after and have been making sure they still work, they're going to be sending them abroad. It's our last British train in this set. These sets are made in Britain back in the 70s, and people forgot us as UK people. We used to make these sets in the UK, and now we're just relying things across Europe and Japan and America. Again, these really odd, bizarre sets that come in, and you get from what can be a very nice, high-speed, luxury, comfortable train to something that's looking a bit like a sausage flying through. I mean, in my opinion, I think my opinion is with the modern day of mainline sets are, yes, the Voyagers and the Cross Country livery are nice, but they're not as iconic as the Cross Country HSTs or the Intercity sets of the HSTs or Grand Central HST or the GNR East Coast. And there's also Virgin livery HST sets, which I haven't seen since I was quite young. The last one I've seen, I think, in the Virgin HST livery was 2004. Could have been 2004, it could have been 2005. I can't remember what exact date it was, but it's in the early 2000s was the last one I saw in the HST format. But I do remember seeing the GNR HSTs when I was growing up. And they're one of my favourite liveried coloured ones from at the time, because I remember seeing these at London. Trying to think of the name of the station that I used to see these at. London Victoria. I think it was London Victoria. It could be London. What's that big station called in London? Not London Panzone, but the other one. It was another station. I did mention it before, but I can't remember the name of it now. Oh boy. But yeah, these sets here did run the whole of the UK network at one time, all over the country, from Scotland to London to South Devon, right down to Cornwall, and they used to go back up country out to Scotland again, going through Wales. These sets here, the GWR Castle sets, they were running through Wales not that long ago, and I think one or two of them still do to this day. At this moment in time, they still run through them to there, but it is limited. So if you want to go and either catch them flying through somewhere or catch them putting in and stopping there, best time to do it now, because as I say, the government is decided to send them aboard, and we get next to nothing from it, apart from getting those NAF javelins, which some people like, but in my opinion, I'm not that keen on them. But I'd rather focus on the Voyagers than the HSTs, in my opinion, because they're much nicer trains to look at. But and the DB cargos and the specials are good, especially when that England Pullman HST comes through. Wow, that's pretty good. But yeah, if the Blue Point comes through next year, I'm definitely filming it again. Hopefully to go on it, hopefully, but I haven't had the chance yet. But yeah, so if any of you guys got some comments and questions to ask me, please put it in the comments below. I will read them when I've got some free time, because obviously at the moment I do have some free time, but obviously times might change of that at some point soon. But at the moment I still have some free time to do that sort of thing, so and let me know what your dream layout's going to be like. What's it going to look like? I'm very interested in other people's layouts as well. I will show you some update pictures once I start building, once I start sticking down the cork, and then I start laying the ballast. You're going to see all that. But at the moment, you're not going to see it right now, obviously, because I got nothing to really talk about in that sense. But so yeah, I want to run some more trains because to end this video off, and she's going to come forward soon. I'll talk more about some other topics tomorrow. Don't really have the time tonight now because it's poured away. So I've been on this already. Whoops. Okay, maybe I'm not running trains tonight. Boy. It's one of those night evenings, I guess. Oh well. Well, I'll sort that track out because it's just derails my HST. But I'm quite happy to say there's nothing wrong with it, because obviously she's just tipped on the side. Nothing's fallen off the board, which is a good thing. But that track's just come apart and I need to put it back together for when new sets come through. So, does she work fine, the power car? Yeah, she has her working lights. She just has, obviously you can see the First Great Western HST in its training car form. What about the power car of her? She's a different story. But yeah, I'm going to get some more of these sets, and yes, the junior power car is perfectly fine. She's just been tipped over because obviously the derailment of the track coming apart. So for this training car, this set needs just a wire re-soldered basically, and then she'll be up and running with headlights as well. But it's just literally just to re-solder the light by the wires dangling underneath the bogie. But that should be an easy job on Saturday, so definitely pretty good. So I apologise if it wasn't so much a great running session video today, but it's at least something if it's not a lot. But I showed you the basics, but it wasn't a lot really, because I managed to cut out the part of the video somehow. But I added this little bit to it because I missed some bits out in the first part. But I showed you how my layout's going to show, how it's going to be, how it's going to turn out. But yeah, this section here goes quickly. It's saying this. Basically, where you've seen the speakers at the moment is going to be a road, I think. There's going to be a road there. The station is going to be here. There's going to be a station down here from the other side. And the idea, I'll have two HSTs running both sides of the railway, and this section will have a siding, and then I will have a siding which will then have a corner point to go into it, and then eventually the idea is I will have a second radius curves, just for the first half. Then I'll have a third radius curve. And then finally, for the fourth, will be coming round closer to the yard. And then that piece will join on to the piece behind me, just here, as you can see. Literally right here for all the trains that are going to be sending in there. But anyway, I'll say that rest for another video, and I'll see you guys very soon for another video. Hopefully I'll show you some new trains soon, because they are on the way. Hope you guys have a great evening at 8:15. So, hope you guys have a great evening. Hope you guys enjoyed this video nevertheless. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to keep yourself up to date with my videos. And I will catch you guys on the next video, which will be tomorrow morning. So, yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great evening, and peace out.